HTML lists. HTML lists allow web developers to group a set of related items and lists. And here we have an example. We have the unordered HTML list, and as you can see, we have 4 dots with the name item here. And then we have an ordered HTML list, and then we use the numbers. We have 1 dot first item, 2 point second item, 3 point third item, and finally 4.4 item. Unordered HTML list. An unordered list starts with the inside angle brackets UL tag. UL stands for unordered list. Each list item starts with the inside angle brackets LI, and LI stands for list item tag. The list items will be marked with bullets, small black circles by default. So here they given us an example. They given us the UL, that is the unordered list. So we have an unordered list, and inside of that we're gonna have 3 list items. The first list item is gonna be coffee, the second one is gonna be tea, and the third one is gonna be milk. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna open Visual Studio Code, and we're gonna create a HTML file. So we go here, new file, and we're gonna name it index.html. So we're gonna press shift exclamation mark, enter. So we have a template, and inside of the body, I'm just gonna grab it here. Inside of the body is where we're gonna paste this example that we have here. I'm gonna move it with tab, another tab here, this one too, and now I'm gonna save it. So again, we have an unordered list. So what that means is we're not gonna have the numbers like an 1 point coffee, 2 point tea, 3 point milk. We're just gonna have dots or bullets. So we're gonna go to the index.html file. We right click, and then open with live server. So, and this is what you get. As you can see, we're gonna grab the Visual Studio Code, and we have the list items. LI stands for list item. We have the coffee, we have the tea, and we have the milk. And since this is an unordered list, we don't have numbers. We have just dot balls or just bullets. That's pretty much how it works here. Now we have the ordered HTML list. An ordered list starts with the inside angle brackets OL, and again the OL stands for ordered list tag. Each list item starts with the inside angle brackets LI tag. The list items will be marked with numbers by default. So let's grab this example, and let's just put it side by side. So we're gonna go to Visual Studio Code. We're gonna go inside of the body element, and we're gonna go below of the unordered list. So again, I'm gonna grab this tree, I'm gonna move it, I'm gonna tab it, I'm gonna move it a little bit here, I'm gonna move this one. Okay, so now it's fine. So from numbers 10 to 14 we have the unordered list, and from line 16 to 20 we have the ordered list. So the ordered list, OL stands for the ordered list. Inside of that we're gonna have 3 list items: coffee, tea, and milk. Pretty much these are the same, but in order list we're gonna have numbers: 1 point coffee, 2 point tea, and 3 point milk. So we save it and we open with Visual. We open it. Okay. So as you can see, an order list we just have dots or bullets, and with order list we're gonna have numbers. So that's pretty much how it works. HTML description lists. HTML also supports description lists. A description list is a list of terms with a description of each term. The inside angle brackets DL tag defines the description. So you can remember as like a description list, this DL. Then we have the inside angle brackets DT tag that defines the term, so you can remember as description term. So, and finally we have the inside angle brackets DD tag that describe each term, so you can remember as a description definition per se. And they give us this example, so we're gonna grab it, and this time we're gonna go to Visual Studio Code, but inside of the body I'm gonna delete from number 10 to number 20, from lines 10 to lines 20. I'm gonna delete it, so I'm gonna paste where I just grabbed. I'm gonna make it a little nicer here. I'm gonna save it now. And again, we have the DL, and the DL stands for description list. So we have a description list here, and inside of the description list we're gonna have a description term, the DT description term, that is gonna be coffee. And inside of that we're gonna have a DD that stands for description definition, and it's defining the coffee, black hot drink. Then we're gonna have another DT that stands for description term, and again we're gonna have another DD that stands for description definition. Okay, the DT, that is the description term, is gonna be milk in this case, and that is description definition is gonna be white cold drink. Then we have the end DL that is gonna be inside angle brackets /DL, that is DL stands for description list. That is what we have here in our Visual Studio Code. So we open it, and that is what you got: coffee and milk, and then you have the description: coffee, black hot drink, and milk, white cold drink. So that's how it works. We have the DL, and inside of the DL we're gonna have the DT, and the DD is gonna describe the DT. Again, the DL is if you mouse over it, it gives you some information. The DL element represents an association list consisting of 0 or more name value groups. So if you mouse over it, you can read the definitions of each one. So that is pretty much how it works here. So we have the DL, the description list. Again, we have the DT defines a term. In this case, we're defining this term, and the term is coffee. Finally, we have the DD, that is the description definition. So it's gonna describe the term. It's gonna be black hot drink. Then again, we have another DT definition term, milk, and a DD that stands for description definition. Oh, that is how you can remember it. So you have DL, DT, and DD. And finally, we have the HTML list tags. So in this column we have the tags UL, OL, LI, DL, DT, DD, and the description. So the UL tag defines an unordered list, OL tag defines an ordered list, LI defines a list item, DL defines a description list, DT defines a term and a description list, and finally we have the DD tag describes the term and a description list.